Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video here on Bitcoin. We're going to do a full update on the current situation. What's going on? What do you need to know for this weekend? And then tomorrow we will focus a little bit more on next week in terms of economic data and just in general also the stock market opening. And what we can expect from that. Obviously tomorrow evening or tomorrow late in the afternoon if you're from the United States. Futures for the stock market open. So based on that, we can already talk about that a little bit more tomorrow, not today. All right, today has been slightly bullish. As you can see right here, the level we talked about in the video yesterday morning is still holding. So that's this level right here with the POC and the trend line, even though I must say, I mean, this trend line, look, trend lines can work and they can provide a lot of value. In this case, I'm not sure if it really does. The volume is low. Trend lines in general in the weekend tend to not work because the volume is lower, because the liquidity is lower, and because there's less activity. But in general, the POC so far has held. So that means that, you know, purely technically, we actually still have a chance to break out. I would say that the stock market close was actually pretty good as well. As you can see right here, at the very end, we managed to close the gap we made after opening, and we actually did that with quite a lot of volume, which means that, or at least it seems like on the surface level, that we not only closed the gap, but so far we've also not rejected from that gap close, which very often happens, right? So that's if there's a gap in the stock market, price fills it up and then the price drops back down, or it rejects back the other way. That hasn't happened, and it was with volume. So I would say, I mean, especially, look, stock markets are still very, or the stock market is still very important for Bitcoin. Most of the moves and most of the direction we've seen for Bitcoin in the last month has been because of that, and has been because of the same influences that created the direction in the stock market. So it's very important that we know what this is doing. I would argue with the close we had that we still have a chance to get the bullish reclaim here and to get more recovery. So therefore, both technically and fundamentally, I still think Bitcoin has a chance to break above our main resistance level right here between 84.6 and 85,000 and actually get some more bullish momentum into the high 80s. I would say it is still likely. Do I think it's the most likely scenario right now? Look, that's a different question, and that's also very hard to predict from here. I don't expect it to happen in the weekend, and if we actually do get the bullish breakout in the weekend, I will not trust it. All right, what you can see right now is that the volume has dropped down to $16 billion. I think tomorrow is going to be even lower. I think tomorrow we might even hit record lows of volume in the markets in the weekend. So that's not a great sign overall for Bitcoin. We'll have to be completely honest about that. And then earlier what we saw today and what you can see right now is that there's quite a lot of leverage coming into the price this Saturday morning. And that could be enough to actually facilitate some sort of a bullish breakout here for Bitcoin. But I do not think it is enough to actually facilitate a sustainable breakout for Bitcoin. All right, so short term, there seems to be a bit of appetite for leverage alonging Bitcoin. Good luck with that, but ultimately, even though we might spike up quite a fair bit, I think those will be closed again tomorrow, and that will only lead to some sort of a whipsaw action right here in this range between, let's say, 85.5, which we can spike up to, and the POC right here at 83.2. And then tomorrow, and the real direction, which would be either a breakout here or a breakdown, I think has to come again from that stock market opening. So we'll have to wait for that. And maybe tomorrow we'll see some more volatility and we can see some sort of a move lower into 81.6. That could be a buy opportunity or some sort of a, shorting Bitcoin here. It's definitely a possibility, but I would say that's a little bit riskier than to long it. But that's still because of my bullish bias on the stock markets. But for now, this is what I expect. All right. So short term, we could have some more leverage up. I don't think it will lead to a sustainable breakout. So we'll pull back down to the POC. Remain stable at least over the course of the weekend around those levels, and then tomorrow evening, maybe Monday, maybe Tuesday, we can actually get some sort of real movement and some sort of a real breakthrough again. But we will have to wait for that. There's no real volume or activity really able to push up the price or push down the price sustainably, I think. So those are my thoughts. That's what I think you need to know. If you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.